Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. I don't know how I got pulled into this, but I'm here. I'm Deborah Roberts, and I'm at that other network, ABC News across the street, but I'm so proud. I'm just a proud supporter of Al here today. And when they were asking about Al coming up to talk, and he said, well, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I said, well, they want to know a background behind doing the film. They want to know what you thought about it. And I was told, go up and interview him. So here we are. Hey, Victoria. It's so wonderful to be here, first of all, on Martha's Vineyard. We haven't been here in years.
No.
And you refused to come because of it was too hard to get here.
It was too hard to get to at first. Yeah. But now there are many more flights.
Many more flights, and we have had a wonderful time. But I have to say, this was my first time seeing the film. And Al has talked about it. I have heard him, give me all kinds of updates on how it's been shaping up. But as a Southerner, I'm from Georgia, and I did not have farmers in my family, but I certainly knew farmers in the area. I had an idea of this plight, but I had no clue of how orchestrated it was and just how much property has been lost over the years. And I'm sure many of you feel the same way. So this has been a real eye-opener, Al. Congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you so much.
And
one thing I must say that, and I don't know how many married guys there are out there, but to actually hear your wife say the 2 words or 4 words, I had no clue, is really just kind of the icing on the cake. But that's the only time I'll ever hear that.
All right. Well, first of all, congratulations to all of the team from John Deere and all of the folks who are here who helped you make this film, and you'll give them a proper recognition again. But I cannot tell you how much people are just talking about this. And even online now, I'm getting texts from people. How can we see this film? How can we make a difference? So before we get to the making of the film, how can people spread the word and get this out?
Well, I think you go to gaininggroundthefilm.com. There are a whole lot of resources on that website. We have a number of screenings still to come. We're hoping to get it on either streaming or broadcast television shortly. But it's literally, while it's called Gaining Ground, it is gaining momentum and strength, because as people see the film, they want to do something about the film, and it's a call to action.
Yeah, I said that too. I said that on my Instagram just now. I said it's gaining traction.
Yes.
So it really is. I wanted you to tell the audience, and I kind of want to know too, because I'm learning more about all of this and your work on this. What surprised you most? Because you came into this probably with a little bit of knowledge of black farmers having lost a lot of their property. But what surprised you?
Well, I think that if you look at this, it is intertwined in a sense with, not more than a sense, it is intertwined with the racial inequality that has beset this country, and how a group of people who were deemed property not so long ago, it was difficult for them to keep their property as people who were considered property. So the inequalities racially run parallel to the inequalities of land ownership, and undoing that, which has been done for a couple of 100 years, obviously is not going to happen overnight. But it is happening, and that's why this film is so important.
There were moments that really resonated for me, and especially hearing, is it PJ?
PJ Haney.
PJ talk about being this 19-year-old college student sitting across from this Southerner who opens the drawer and there's a gun, and
right.
The implication there. I mean, I think we all felt it at that moment.
Yes.
We know what that was all about, that kind of intimidation, and I'm so impressed with him that he stood the course, he just stayed in it. He stayed the course, and that he's still farming and he's still worried about the next generation. Uh-oh. I hope everybody's all right.
All right.
What did you make of him? What did you think of him? You had a chance to meet him?
I've gotten a chance to meet him and his family, and you can see the resolve and the wherewithal and how tied he is to the land. I mean, it is this inexorable idea that and right almost to have that, and passing that on to his next generation, his family, and his children. So, I think, and that there's this outgrowth of the National Black Growers Council. In numbers there is strength, and to see these farmers lean on each other, this brotherhood and sisterhood of farmers, I think, is something that's going to determine the future of black farming in this country.
How has that been received so far? Because we saw white farmers there with them, teaching them about drones and so forth. And I thought that's kind of interesting. They're sort of joining arms, maybe,
yes,
with some of their white compatriots. But how are they receiving this organization?
I think that, look, I think there are people who, there's a saying, you can do good and do well. And so that if you are a farmer who is not of color and you help somebody, there's a way that you can do well as well, because a rising tide floats all boats. And so if there's a group that knows how to use drones and technology, those technology purveyors are going to do well. There is an inequality in green. Doesn't matter what color it is, as long as there is green involved. And if those farmers, black farmers, can make more money deploying that technology, well, then so be it.
Yeah. Mrs. Sherrod just blew me away.
Yes.
I was so impressed by her and her family and what they have done and what they have gone through over the years. She is getting a chance to see change.
That's right. And her husband just passed, and a great loss. But, she continues to, I look at a woman who is, just has this backbone of steel and probably is more resolved to help further this cause than she was before, and that is something that I'm just so glad that Eternal and his crew were able to memorialize her, and we have that no matter what happens in the future, this is a record of who she is and what she's done.
I think what you say about this being a call to action is really true. Eternal said that he ran into somebody on the plane who knew someone. We met a farmer here today from the Hudson Valley.
Are there any other farmers here this morning?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Up in the Hudson Valley, and he wanted to tell us a little bit about his farm. The idea that young people are going into farming, I thought was so hopeful at the end of the film, because it was feeling a little hopeless there for a moment. And then you end on this note of passing it along to the next generation. The
interesting thing, we have a house in upstate New York, and in Hudson, New York, is the home of the Young Farmers of America. And the fastest growing demographic of farmers are farmers of color and women.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So that is the future. And, in fact, there's a great book, if you go to your bookstore, Soul Fire Farming. These young African-American women who are farming right now. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Either they know them or they bought the book. One or the other. I don't.
Or they just want to applaud you.
Or maybe both. Maybe both. I'm not sure. So anyway, we're going to hear from a couple more people.
Yes.
But it just.
Yes. But just if you could just bottom line it, because I always want you to bottom line.
Yes, she does. Oh, sure,
Anything
she
we
does.
talk about, I want you to bottom line it. What are you hoping folks here will take away from this film, and how can they be of help as we go away? Because I was, thinking, wow, we've got to find a way to harness this and to do something to help fund.
We have a whole resource section on gaininggroundthefilm.com, and I think if you can pass that website on to just one person, but even better, 10 people, and we will give you, there's a list of where the next group of screenings are going to be. And we get this groundswell going, I think we can really create this tsunami of support for the film.
Well, Victoria Christopher Murray, who's a friend of ours, who's a writer here, and I are already brainstorming about ways to get this out. So we're working on this. We're going to get this out.
And by the way, just there's a terrific book out as we come up. Well, there are two terrific books out. By Victoria Murray and her partner,
Marie
Benedict, called The First Ladies, the really unusual alliance between Eleanor Roosevelt and Mary McLeod Bethune. And they've got a terrific book. And Deborah Roberts has a fantastic book called...
It's called Lessons Learned and Cherished, The Teacher Who Changed My Life. So we hope... thank you for the plugs, Al.
Yeah, so as you're looking forward to some great beach reads, or if you're looking for a great present to give a teacher, There you go.
We've got some nice books.
So just
I want to turn this over to the rest of the folks who are involved in the film. Al, it's been fun.
Thank you. Wow. She rarely says that.
Thank you.